Hey guys, Randy here with Organic Bushcraft. Just wanted to talk to you about my absolute favorite medicinal edible, Cattail. It's incredible. It's got so many different properties. It's an anticoagulant. Uh, the pollen can be used to be cut with flour to make extend flour. You can actually make starch out of the roots. You can you can fry up the roots. You can eat the roots like a potato. There's so many different things you can do with it, and we're going to show you how. Okay. There we go. We got a good bit there. That's really good. We've got it coming off here and here. I don't do a lot with the top, so cut that off. The biggest thing I want to show you guys is there's an anticoagulant in this. When I say an anticoagulant, what I'm saying is if you cut yourself and it's still bleeding, you take this almost like a gel and you pack it into the cut. It works really good on knuckles, joints, any area that's going to bleed and bleed and bleed and bleed. But each layer within these has got more and more of this stuff. It's one of those ones though that you can't store. You just have to get it fresh. But if you're anywhere, if you have a small pond or anything like that, this is a good thing. Even if you have a backyard pond, this is a great thing to have there as your medicinal. There we go, there's a whole bunch of that. But it's just incredible stuff, and it works really, really well. Now, all this is edible. These are all edible. You can eat this. You can eat it like celery. I'll tell you that it's a lot chewier than celery. And maybe old celery is more like what it is. But it's incredible. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut a couple of these while we're in here. Clean them up and then show you how we process them to be able to eat them. We do a little bit of this harvesting. We get down in here and there's runners going across the whole way. So we grab a hold of the runners and we pull. The idea is to get a few at a time. One. Let's see if we can get another one here. We've got it. Not always the easiest to get these out of here. And it's slippery. Whoa! So watch yourself. Last thing you want to do is go in like I already have, but if you're doing this, prepare to get wet and dirty. A couple of the other things that I wanted to show you are on the top of this, there's pollen on here, and you can see that pollen can be used for talc, use it for starch within your food, to thicken things, so many different things. I'm not really a chef, so I don't know all the different things you can use starch for, but anything you could use cornstarch for, you can use this for. This one you can store. It's a great time of year. Right now is the perfect time of year to be able to do that, as the pollen just goes everywhere. Some of the older, you get the older stalks. This stuff is great for tinder. For a fire bundle, as I drop it in the water. But it's incredible stuff. This will take an amber, a spark, like you wouldn't believe. It's great to have in your fire kit. The other thing is really cool is that when you get in here in the fall with these, if you harvest these in the fall, they're really, really stiff. Right before, when they start to dry out, they get a lot harder. Native Americans in the past have used these as arrows for small animals, but just, it's very, very straight. You know, anybody who's ever tried to who's ever tried to make an arrow, you realize how difficult it is to make one. If you've got something in nature that is absolutely a lot easier to use, you just go with it. Now the other cool thing is that this reed, we can make cordage out of this. You say, what's cordage? Rope. Especially when it dries out in the fall. It gets like this. You can strip this down and make it into cordage. You can also use this for reeds, making baskets with them. There's so many different things. I mean, this is basically the supermarket / hardware store of the medicinal edibles.